Hello everyone, it is your boy Winster and I am back at it again with another video. Today we are doing a Fire Kings deck profile, Undefeated. Before we get into today's video, guys, do yourselves a solid. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Be sure to tune in to all my other social media platforms in the description box. And with that, let's get started on today's video. So jumping right into the deck profile, of course we're playing 3 Ponics. This card is absolutely broken. Searches the Sanctuary, then gets you right into the field spell. Absolutely must to be playing at 3. You're playing 3 Kieran. This card is absolutely bonkers and part of the combo that sets up a pretty sizable board. That has you like 6-5 interruptions on your opponent's turn, which is absolutely insane. Definitely a great great component of the deck. We play 2 Garunics. You can play 3. I just didn't find a need for it. But like I said, a lot of it is pretty standard. And then this is a ratio I do want to change. I am playing 2 Arvata. I'm thinking about playing a 3rd because I want to see this card as much as I can. Obviously, it stops like hand traps that are very problematic with the deck. Droll, Ash, Nibiru. And playing the card that searches this can be a little bit bricky. And lastly, I play the Bolrong for combo. Amazing card. Sets up your next turn plays. So that way you can have all those interruptions on your opponent's turn. But that is all the Fire Kings. Monsters, let's get into the spells. We play 3 Sanctuary. This card is absolutely amazing when you open up with the wanted stuff, because you could send this card as cost. Yeah, it removes the ability to exceed on your opponent's turn, but a lot of the time you're not even trying to go into that. You just want to set up a huge amount of interruptions, but this card is amazing, and it can be Ash when you activate it, which is pretty good. We play 2 Fire Kings. I don't recommend playing more than 2 because they can be bricky, and I think the standard build, a lot of them are playing just the 2 copies because you don't want to brick on this card. And then the last Fire King I want to play is Skyburn. This card is absolutely amazing, definitely one of. You can play multiple copies. I think the max is up to 2, but I do want to play the other Fire King spell cards that also helps you avoid targeting. But the card is pretty good. And the honorary Fire Kings card, I play the Tenki. I play 2 copies. I'm thinking about cutting this down. This deck loses super hard to like Droll, a single Ash, a single Imperm or Effect Veiler, and even Nib. Given that Droll and Nib are pretty impactful, pretty devastating hand traps in almost every deck that plays into Nib or Droll does lose to it. But this deck is pretty vulnerable. It's pretty fragile. So like a single Ash placed properly could really ruin your whole combo. But I would, if I were to remove this, I would play more hand traps, maybe like DD Crow in the main, because the mirror match, and I think a lot of decks are playing stuff in the grave or using the grave pretty consistently. Onto the Sinful Spoils engine. Of course, we play 1 Diabell Star, 1 Flame Burge, and 1 Snake Eye. This engine does so much for the deck. It's absolutely insane that Flame Burge, if you get sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, special summons the 2 level 1s. It's absolutely insane that this card activates. You can send any face-up card, including this card, as cost. So it could dodge targeting, negation, Effect Veiler, Imperm. But they can activate it preemptively, but a lot of the time, none of the Diabell Star engine gets interrupted in any kind of way. Because people feel like this engine just doesn't do much, but it's absolutely insane. The tournament overall, this did so much for me because a lot of people just didn't know what it did, or they just didn't want to interact with it, and they just let me build, which is crazy. Play 3 of the Wanted engine. You got to play 3 of this, and it's a quick play, so it can help you avoid cards like Droll by activating in the draw phase. And then we play the original Sinful Spoils. Again, pretty standard. On to hand traps time. We play the best of the best. We play 3 Imperm. We play 3 Veiler. And then we play 3 Ash. And that is it for the hand traps. I want to play 12, but there are some cards that I am playing that are a little bit different. Now for the rest of the non-engine, I played 2 copies of Triple T. This card was absolutely clutch. If I didn't draw the 2, I was just looking at my opponent's hand and then just, stopping them from stopping me to play next turn, or taking control of a problematic monster. But yeah, this card is crazy. I actually would consider playing more copies of it. A little bit of some spicy sauce, some spicy tech. I played 2 Super Poly. The whole tournament, I didn't open this up at all. So I don't really have a lot of feedback for this. But on paper, the mirror match, any consistent deck is just going to be able to play into Super Poly. And a lot of people don't see this in the main, so they don't really expect it. But yeah, Super Poly is absolutely bonkers. And then the last card I just played, Called by the Grave. On to the extra deck, guys. For my Link ones, I played one Anima and then one Link Karibo. It is the funniest thing. I actually did the classic combo with Anima, nibbed my opponent, put it in attack mode. My turn, took the token because it was pretty high stats, and then just linked the Anima off. But yeah, these were pretty useful. I went into Link Karibo almost every time because I would just try to go into SP when I didn't have anything, and a lot of the time, that's all I really needed. Anima was just another Link one, honestly. For my Link 2s, I play the one Hita. This card was crazy because I used my opponent's Ash Blossom and was able to combo off. I play the one Sunlight Wolf. This is part of the combo. This is what gives you recursion for Kieran. And then we play one IP. And then, of course, we play the one SP Little Knight. Link 3s, we play the Celine. Realistically, you could play like Nightmare Unicorn as well. I find it pretty useful, but for this build, definitely recommend the Celine over the Nightmare Unicorn because it just works so well. It's absolutely free to get the last spellcaster out of the from the graveyard because you get the D-Bell Star. And then for my big Link 4 monsters, we got the Access Code Talker, and then we got the Appaloosa. I have gone almost every single time into Appaloosa. Appaloosa was like super clutch the whole tournament. Just having 4 negate Appaloosa, which is insane. Realistically, you're never ever going to use all 4 negates. You would probably just end up using 1 or 2. Still pretty problematic, and on top of that, you use IP to go into this, so it can't be destroyed by anything, which is really good. Access code, pretty self-explanatory why we play it. And a card that came in super clutch one match, the Underworld Goddess, just linking away problematic big boss monsters. And then on top of that, you also use IP into it. That way this can't be destroyed. But yeah, this is pretty good. And then we played the Cowboy for time. And then I played the one Garunix Eternity. Something on my opponent's turn like never came up. I only ever use this on my turn, which is pretty funny, but the board wipe did come in clutch. And then I play the one Typhon. Pretty self-explanatory why we play the Typhon. And then my Super Poly targets, I play the Mud Dragon, and then I play the Garura. Onto the side deck, I played 3 copies of DD Crow. This card was absolutely clutch. The entire event, the mirror match. Again, like I said earlier in the video, a lot of decks are using the Grave. And this just comes clutch every single time. Labyrinth, it's good against the Mirror, it's good against Unchained. And then we play a little bit more Banishing, just in case we run into some, nonsense we don't want to play. We play the one Bestial Druisworm. For problematic boss monster, we play the one Kaiju. And the Floodgate of choice that I ended up going with, they came up almost all the time. We play 2 copies of Link Summon. I want to make room for 3rd. I'm thinking about cutting out the Kaiju. Yeah, like, it helps me get around problematic boss monsters, but that's what Underworld Goddess is. So I'm just kind of like taking up space for another Underworld Goddess in the side deck. So that's why I'm thinking about cutting that out. But yeah, this came in clutch a lot. And then we just got back row hate. We played the 2 Cosmic. And we played the 2 copies of Lightning Storm. And then for some extra hand traps that I'm playing, 2 copies of Nibiru. This came in pretty clutch. And then lastly, we play 2 copies of Drolin Lockbird. It's crazy. I ran into a Infranoble Flame Swordsman deck last round that allowed me to go undefeated. It was absolutely crazy. During the draw phase, he activated something to search. I ashed. He Called by the Grave it. Following into the main phase, he activated something to search. On resolution, I rolled him, and he just was unable to play. And the crazy part, I had full combo in my hand. But yeah, guys, that is it for the deck profile. Again, let me know what you guys think overall. I think the deck is pretty fun to play. Again, I'm thinking about what changes I'm going to end up doing. Overall, like I said, I might take out like Called by the Grave, might take out Super Poly, just to add some more hand traps because I think DD Crow is going to be really valuable in this up and coming format. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Winster. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.